The first play, it's 2nd and 3. And Carr to throw for the first time today. Not going to get the chance. And he goes down courtesy of J.J. Watt. Carr with time, throwing over the middle, and he's got his man across the 40, close to the 44-yard line. That is Mac Hollins.
Cannot and do not want to be a one-dimensional offense.
On 2nd and 5, they will keep it on the ground, and here comes Jacobs. Jacobs jukes to the outside, goes inside the 30-yard line to about the 32.
I think one of the reasons for that is to get their communication and get their players playing faster.
3rd and 12. Carr running out of time, throwing, complete, over the middle. Hollins once again. Hollins inside the 10 to about the 6, and it'll be a 1st and goal. Carr, short drop, quick pass, is complete. Inside the 40, inside the 35 goes Foster Moreau, and that 1st down will cap a very good 1st quarter.
There's a lot of football left to play, so I would expect both teams to rebound.
Little flip to Jacobs. Jacobs shakes a tackle and gets down inside the 30-yard line to about the 27, maybe the 26. Carr flips it out to the near side. That's Hunter Renfrow, and Renfrow brought down short of the 20, down to AJ.
And make him do something he doesn't want to do.
Isaiah Simmons is back on defense, and this goes to the end zone and overthrowing everybody. This is from 32 yards out. You saw there Daniel Carlson has 25 consecutive field goals made and make it 26. 11 minutes, 40 seconds to play in the 1st half.
But that is striking.
That pass is complete to the tight end, Zach Ertz. 3rd and 21. Murray complete to James Conner, and Conner not going anywhere. And a flag. Looks like it's going to be a late hit. On 2nd and 10, Carr over the middle. That short pop is complete to Waller, and Waller finally brought down by 3 Arizona Cardinals. 1st down from the 46. On a crossing pattern, Carr hits his man, and that is Renfrow. And Renfrow with a sizable gain. Carr now looking at a 3rd and 10. Little screen. Abdullah, running room, 10, 5, to about the 2. It'll be 1st and goal.
Well, watch this. Waller just split out. They got to love this matchup.
Lobbing it for Waller. In the end zone. Touchdown, Raiders.
Aggressive 1st down passing has to be in order.
Started out with a little screen and picking up some good yardage is James Conner out of the backfield.
You know, he's at his best when he's scrambling and throwing the ball down the field.
This is 3rd and 2. And here's Murray, shakes one tackle, throwing downfield, and is intercepted. Picked off by Amik Robertson. Carr throwing, complete. That is Foster Moreau, the tight end out of LSU. And this is a 3rd and 6. Carr throwing, complete. And heading for the sidelines and out of bounds is Devontae Adams. 12 seconds on the clock. On its way. Straight enough. Long enough.
So he's trying to get an advantage because Crosby has been eating up this offensive line all game.
Murray stands in and throws, and over the middle. That is complete, and breaking free is Greg Dortch. Dortch continuing downfield and gets it across. Oh, they'll put him down at the 45.
Here for the 2nd game in a row, the only Cardinal receiver who can hit the big play.
This is a quick pass to the tight end, Zach Ertz, and Ertz with 1st down yardage and more, and he's out of bounds. Only in his 4th season. 3rd and 6. Murray throwing over the middle, got his man, and not down at the 10-yard line is Zach Ertz, and that'll be a 1st down for Arizona.
So Murray probably is going to have to look inside here on this 3rd and goal.
Murray with time, throws this side, touchdown! Greg Dortch on the receiving end, and Arizona on the board. 5-yard TD pass. Carr needs the midfield stripe for a 1st down. time and throwing deep. And downfield and overthrowing the intended receiver, who is Mac Hollins. Play clock winding down on Carr. He just gets the snap off. Throwing right, that's complete. And this is Hunter Renfrow, and Renfrow to about the 7. Carr throws it away just as he was going down.
Defense.
Carlson good from 32 and 55, and now from 25.
You know, a great pass rush a lot of time is the recipe to getting to the quarterback.
He takes off and dives forward to about the 39-yard line. Murray last season.
One-on-one balls with most cornerbacks in the NFL.
AJ in his 12th season now. That pass is complete. And out to midfield goes Andre Bocelli. 6 of 12 in the first half, 8 out of 10 here in the second. The pitch. Darrell Williams. Williams running room. Down the sideline and down at about the 20-yard line. 3 tight ends on the field. Murray going to keep it and throw and misses his target in the end zone, and that was Zach Ertz.
Works down the line of scrimmage, makes an easy tackle.
Quick snap on this one, and this is Dortch, and Dortch, boy, he's got some get up and go. Murray pulls it down a couple of times and then unloads on the far side of the field, and that is Dortch. And Dortch is down at about the 25-yard line.
And run the football. He is their best weapon.
Murray going to throw it. This side of the field, it is caught by Marquise Brown. Between 2 defenders, a flag comes out. Darrell Williams in the backfield behind Murray on 1st and goal. Williams gets the ball and gets the touchdown.
Kick going for one really doesn't do anything for you.
Murray running out of time, on the move, coming back this way. Dancing and looking and directing traffic, and look at the length of this play. Murray to the 10, to the 5, and he's going to convert it. That's unbelievable.
He's going to be able to beat his man for a crucial 3rd down.
Carr on the move, throws it complete, and Waller going to come up short of the 40-yard line. Creating,
but this has to be his moment.
That's complete pass across the 30, across the 35 goes A.J. Green to about the 37-yard line, very close to a 1st down.
Cannot let one of these receivers get behind your secondary.
Murray over the middle, and the catch is made close to midfield by Zach Ertz. He still has it. Looking downfield, eludes Crosby on the run for 1st down yardage, and he gets it.
But when he's had a chance to make plays, he's been able to step up.
On 2nd and 7, the short pop inside the 15 to the 12 with Ertz. Murray on the move, trying to spin away from trouble, and Max Crosby can't hold him. Still on the move. Murray throwing, end zone, incomplete.
This is a fun game.
Pass, holding defense number 33. At least half a distance to the goal line.
Well, now the Cardinals at 1st and goal from the 3-yard line. Murray throwing, end zone, incomplete. Ball came out, intended for A.J. Green. Murray, quick pass, incomplete. Broken up by Jonathan Abram. Here we go.
You'd like to say A.J. Green, but he hasn't been able to come down with the big catch.
Murray stepping up, gonna run for it, gonna make the end zone for the touchdown. from 7 yards out for the 2 points and the tie. Murray directing traffic to the end zone, diving, and the catch is made. A.J. Green. Whoa! Murray, quick pass to Zach Ertz, and that's complete across the 30 to the 33-yard line. Murray over the middle, and that's complete across midfield, close to the 45-yard line is Marquise Brown.
But they're keeping one of their safeties back, so they'll probably drop out.
The option and the pitch to Williams, and Williams is brought down inside the 40-yard line. Murray going to throw it deep down the sideline, and he's got a man, and bounced out of bounds is Marquise Brown.
180.
Carr with time over the middle, got his man. That is Hunter Renfrow. Loose football. Who's got it? The pileup at the 40-yard line.
Zaven Collins, I think he's the one who initially got beat, and then he hustles and comes in from behind and then chops the ball out.
Raiders say they have it. Let's see what the officials say. That's Foster Moreau climbing out of the pile with the football, and it belongs to the Raiders. 2nd and 10, quick pass outside, and that is complete. That is Moreau, and Moreau fighting for yardage. The ball is loose again. Picked up by the Cardinals. This is Byron Murphy to the end zone for the touchdown and the win.